to pad your bustier, you can either use this warden, this white one I'm using, or a bra foam. This white one that is called warden has two sides. A part that has a shiny face, that is where the gum is. You're going to use your iron to stick it to your fabric. This part I'm showing you is the back of the warden. It has like a fur around it, but this front part, the shiny part, is where you're going to stick to your fabric. So here is a bra foam. This one is different from the warden. This one does not have any fusible interfacing at all. You have to use a hemming gum to stick it to your fabric. If you want to work with a foam, with this bra foam, you have to stick it with a hemming gum. It does not have any gum on any of its parts. So let's start. To begin, these are the pieces of my bustier, the center front and the two side fronts. So this is what I'll be using to explain how to pad your bustier. So I'll be starting with the front first, the center front first, which is on fold. Because of my main fabric is on fold, I have to fold my interfacing on fold also. So this is where the underbust is on my fabric, and you know the padding is just for the underbust because you want it to be firm, or you don't want to wear a bra with your outfit. So the whole idea is that the padding is going to pad your boobs, your busts. It's going to pad your bust, so it's going to start from the underbust. Your padding is going to start from the underbust. Then you place it on your interfacing. Then I'll use my pin to hold it together so that to stay in place while I'm working with it. Then next I'll take a chalk, but in this case I'm using a pen so that to be visible for you all to see for tutorial purpose. So I'll be using my pen to mark through it just the way I'm doing it. So from that point there, I'll be going down by 1 inch because you don't want your wording or your interfacing to enter your seam line at the top. You know that it's just the bust you're trying to pad. Then also on the center front, you have to come down by 1 inch. You come down by 1 inch by the side, and also one inch on the center front, and you know, mark through. Then when you are done, you just cut it through. So your wording starts from the underbust and stops 1 inch below your neckline. It should not exceed your neckline. It should not even get into your neckline at all. So now I'm done cutting the interfaces for the center front. I'll open it up and match it. Make sure it stops at the underbust. Say I marked the underbust on my fabric. You can see the 1 inch I said you should leave on the center front, and also the 1 inch I left by the side. You get, so yeah, 1 inch here, 1 inch by the side. So you use your pin to hold it. So when we are done, we're just going to iron it down. So now I'm going to be doing the side front, the two side front. You know, it's two. The sides are two, so we just cut it on fold. Then when we are done, it's going to be two. So the same way we cut for the front is the way we cut, but the slight difference between this one is that make sure that the side does not enter the same line of the side. You know, it's just this bust we are padding. We're not padding the side. We can't even pad the side, but the whole idea of a bustier is just to help you hold your bust in place, especially if you don't want to use a bra. And it's always advisable that you use a thick one, but if you want to use a cup, you can use the soft one. So you can see the same way I went down by 1 inch from my fabric, I have to go down by 1 inch on my interfacing, you get, so that it does not enter your neckline of your fabric. So I went back, and see the way I'm covering it this way by the side. Don't make it go to the end of the fabric. So when we are done, this is how it's going to be. Then we cut through, and make sure you mark where the bust point is. Make sure you put an indication, so when you are placing it is going to be easy for you. You can see it didn't go all the way to the armhole. This cotton did not go all the way to the armhole. You see where it stopped? You get, make sure it does not get to your armhole at all. You can say 1 inch mark, or you can even do more than 1 inch. So you have to indicate where your bust point is, so to be easy for you to place when you are done. So here's how it's going to be when we are done. This is interfacing for the side. I'm going to use my pin to hold it in place. So when I'm done, I'll just go and iron it still on the fabric. So now I'm going to be ironing down my word interfacing on my fabric with my iron. So I've already placed the shiny face on my fabric just the way I placed it before. Then I'm going to be ironing it down, but make sure if you are working with lace, before you add your interlining to your lace, before you attach it, make sure you stick your wording or your bra foam to the interlining first before you add your lace. I made a mistake on my own, and it was now quite hard for me to now work with. That's why I'm using this fabric to cover it so that I don't spoil my lace. But if you are doing yours, make sure you stick it before attaching your lace. So here is the outcome of fixing my wording on my lace. I've already ironed for everything, but it's just the same process, using the iron to add pressure. Make sure you add pressure on it. You can even add water to it so it's able to stick easily. So that's it. That's how I achieved this for all of the panels. So now I'm joining my bustier. You see the outcome of using the wording. You see how it's going to curve the bust at the end of the day. So just watch as it's going to be. Here is the outcome of how it is. This is not the end of it. To avoid bulkiness on the bust, we are going to go in again and trim off every excess. You trim off any excess we have at the bust part. Then you notch your under bust. Make sure you notch your under bust. This is going to make it easy for your bustier to lay properly on your chest. So here's the outcome. You do the same thing for the other bust also. Then when you are done, we'll go to the ironing table and go and iron it for it to have like a cup shape for our bust. So here's the outcome now without any ironing. You can see there are some folded parts. So when we go to use our tailor's ham, it's going to be more rounded and straighter and neater than this. So this is our tailor's ham I'll be using to iron my bustier for it to be more rounded. So here is how I'm going to do it first. I'm going to use my iron to open up the seam line. Open up the seam with my iron. I'll add pressure to it. So when I'm done, I'll turn it to the other side and also use my iron to romance my bustier. Make sure it's sitting well on your tailor's ham. Make sure it's well rounded on the tailor's ham while you are using it. So to avoid damaging my main fabric, I'll place a fabric on it to apply the ironing pressure, the heat on it, so that it does not burn my fabric. So this is how I'll just keep romancing it so it's well rounded the way I want. So I'll repeat the same process for the other bust. Then when I'm done, I'll just open up my bustier seam lines. I'll open the blouse seam lines with my iron it down. So when I'm done, everything will just look perfectly fine at the end of the day. Or you can even trim out the excess, that's if you want, or you can use a hemming gum to hold it follow the seam lines by the two sides. That's just if you want to. So here's the outcome of our bustier, padded bustier. So thank you all for watching. Kindly subscribe to my channel, like and share my video. Thank you.